Well, good morning, everybody. I thought I would take a minute this morning and kind of walk you through one of my best friends every morning while I'm drinking coffee, which is, of course, what I'm doing at the moment. We're going to move pretty quick as I just kind of give you a little tour around exploring the block through my favorite website, which is chainz-cryptoid there. So you can see there's a lot of coins they support, and you can actually use really all of their tools on any of these different coins to go back and take a look at on-chain activity. But we're all here for Digibyte, so let's take a look. This one will actually walk you through every single block as it happens in real time, every 15 seconds, so you can see. And you can take a look inside pretty much any block you want and see what transactions are contained within that block. This is typically how I find where the exchange wallets are. I can send something from an exchange hot wallet to my own personal wallet, identify the block that it's in, and be able to track backwards and forwards to identify and tag different wallets for what they are. You can see a lot of activity because every 15 seconds there's a new block, which is pretty cool. I'm going to drop over to a couple things. One, we're going to take a look at extraction. So extraction, this is just the mining distribution right here. So in the last 100 blocks, you can kind of see what that looks like. We've got right at 3 miners underneath 50% or so, somewhere around there. And then it'll actually show you their address that you can see, pretty much what they've mined over the last 1,000 blocks or so, but you can see their totals too if it'll load this morning. Wait for it. And what it's doing right now is compiling essentially the history of this address to see how many coins it's mined, and it's going to give us a total over here eventually. And you'll be able to see, if you wanted to, where they sell those coins or send those coins, most of which it looks like these days Binance buys directly from the miners, and they use that for liquidity on their exchange. In fact, last time I went back and looked, the top 3 miners were selling pretty much all of their coins directly to Binance in their hot wallet. So yeah, you can kind of see left to right here. Sorry, what their activity looks like over the course of time, and you can see the block reward that they've won and on what block they won it. Let's go back all the way. Website is a little bit iffy this morning. There we go. So that's the extraction on the network. This will actually show you all the nodes that are running. You can see they're running different versions. When we talk about 8.22 almost being ready, that's what that will show. We've already actually seen 8.22 pop up as a node here as they were testing out that node some time ago. And you can see our seeder node, which this is what was referred to a while back. When they're talking about the mobile wallet being able to sync properly, that's the node that's getting that work done. And then the one that you're probably most familiar with me talking about, which is taking a look at the markets. Now this one's powered by CoinGecko. CoinMarketCap is its competitor as it relates to reporting the price and the volume. So here's a 24-hour period. Here's the volume on all pairs on these 4 exchanges. So you can see these are the 4 largest sort of markets for Digibyte over the last 24 hours. If we look at these numbers here, let's just say that's about 72% of the total market was on these 4 exchanges. I like to take a look at the individual pairs, which you can see here. They're all pretty much US dollar tether for the largest pairs, and then the ones that are always real suspect is these three right here. So sometimes these numbers are almost exactly the same from of 24-hour volume and US dollar price. In fact, you'll see a clip where that is true. These are all the exact same number over the course of 24 hours, which is highly suspect. And you can look at it at any volume, whether they're doing $10 million or they're doing $2 million over a 24-hour volume. They're always pretty much exactly the same. And by the way, I've never found any of their actual wallets to say that they actually own any Digibyte, but that's a different story to tell. And then the addresses. So in the rich list, you can see the top 100 addresses hold 47.6%. This has been holding steady here for quite some time. Is this good? Is it bad? I don't know what to tell you. There's a lot of exchanges in here for sure. And we'll kind of walk through some of those exchanges. The two biggest ones to know, with the most volume are actually Binance and Bittrex. I mentioned over here on this market list, Changelly Pro, Hit BTC, and Free to Money, Free to World, which is Bitcoin.com. I've never found their wallets, even though they consistently are in the top 4 for volume. I can find Binance's wallet pretty easy, and I'll show you that one. And I can also find Bittrex, which Bittrex has only done less than 1% of the market, which is kind of crazy considering we know that they hold a significant amount of coins. But you can see we got 1% here and a little bit down here too, so maybe almost 2% of the market. Yeah, probably around 2% of the total market that is reported at the very least. So going back to the wallets, because that's what lots of you folks are interested in. You can see the big wallet. Everybody's asking, where did this wallet come from? Who owns that wallet? Going back and taking a look, obviously it has a history of a lot of different deposits here. But I'm going to kind of show you how I take a look through all this. We can scroll down. These are all deposits, these little green things, so lots of deposits here. I can turn those off and just see the transfers out. You can see this 297 million that went out a year and 3 months ago. But we're going to go back to deposits because I want to show you at least where the coins are coming from. So we'll go to this larger deposit. That's 5 million Digibyte, not dollars, Digibyte. And you can see they all came from pretty much one location. This one location, just because I know after looking at it for quite some time, is Binance. That's their hot wallet. So that hot wallet is down to just 33 million Digibytes, so they're going to have to move some here pretty quick, looks like. If I wanted to take a look at the history of this wallet from a balance perspective, I can just click on my little graph there and wait for it. And what you're going to see is there have been some much higher historical balance levels for this wallet, and then you'll see the liquidity over time just kind of slowly dropping the bottom out. Now this is where this right here is where we started seeing the accumulation begin. So this drop off right here, most likely was just a transfer of coins, but that's more speculation than anything else, but you can kind of see where they're at. And then we'll go to take a look at Bittrex real quick because I want to show you something maybe I've mentioned but didn't make any sense. Hopefully it will make more sense as we look at it together. So Bittrex, and I've confirmed this is Bittrex address by removing coins from this exchange to my own wallet and then tracking it back on the Block Explorer. So this is their main hot wallet. They have other wallets for sure. So does Binance. But this is their main hot wallet, and that means this is where most of the transactions, when you're sending it off of an exchange or sending it off of Bittrex to your own wallet or to another exchange, or when you're sending coins to Bittrex, they typically are going to show up in this wallet first, and then they might get allocated to somewhere else. If we take a look at the transaction history, while we're waiting on that, I'll show, they've done $39 billion, 39 billion Digibyte in transactions, leaving or coming. It's a cumulative amount of coins moved. So we know they actually move coins at Bittrex, and that's a good thing. we want exchanges to actually, have to have coins to move them, so that we can see what's going on. Because ultimately, this is about, transparency. It's about an open source platform that can be trusted, which means we should be able to do exactly what we're doing and validate that what people are saying is happening is actually happening. Okay, so here we go. Here's Bittrex hot wallet. Now you can see they've supported Digibyte for much longer than this, but this is when they really started using that hot wallet. And what I'm going to talk to you about is you can kind of see just how much Digibyte is moving off and on this exchange. And this is really, you're looking at a graphical display of the volatility of coins moving on and off the exchange. Now, May of last year, let's see if I can pull this up real quick. Nope. Okay. Well, May of last year, that was our all-time high, and you can see there's a change in what that looks like. So we're just gonna leave that there. So May of last year, you can see that the volatility, or that is the amount of coins leaving and coming on the exchange, that graphically looks very different. Wow, that's going to be annoying. Okay, thank you so much. And then you can see liquidity, that is the amount, at least in their hot wallet, continues to drop. So they're limiting activity on their exchange, and then they do it again right here in April of this year. So it gets even smaller. And I experienced this myself personally, as I've been locked out of making larger purchases of Digibyte on their exchange many times. Forced to continually lower the number of coins that I place an order for. So that's interesting when viewed in context of they've got 1.2 billion coins or so. Now I do have a list of, this is not my pretty list, but I'll show you my ugly list of wallet addresses as I go through and try to figure out who's who and what's what. And understand essentially, how to go back and take a look at things. I think that's all I'm going to cover this morning. I don't know if the other one popped up because this is my first time trying to use this lovely software here. I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.